Hi, today I'd like to show you a few more coin unveilings. They seem to be quite popular. So let's have a look at the first one. Britain, Europe, Jersey, £5, 2015. So there you got Battle of Waterloo, 18th of June, 1815, £5. As I said on the previous ones, £5 doesn't really mean anything because these aren't sort of circulated, they just put a price on them. And on here you've got Elizabeth II, the late Queen of Jersey. So one of the Channel Islands, I don't think it's part of the United Kingdom, it is a Crown dependency because these are islands owned by the Crown rather than part of the United Kingdom, so they are quite separate. So you've got Jersey, Guernsey and Alderney, and they're very close to the French border, and they're sort of a relic of the medieval period when Britain and France were very much connected, because a lot of the British kings were also claimed to be kings of France as well, and a lot of the south west of France, Aquitaine and places like that, were all part of England. And this is a sort of a relic of it. So it's not very far from, it's only a few miles from the French border, and it was the only part of Britain that was conquered by the Nazis in the Second World War. So the Nazis took over. If you want to look at some stamps I've got which were produced by the Germans while they were occupying these Channel Islands. So this one's to do with the Battle of Waterloo. If you want to look at my other videos, I've got quite a few on Battle of Waterloo and items from that period. So please subscribe if you haven't, and look at my other videos because there are some interesting ones. Let's have a look at this one here. So what we've got here. So it's 20 francs, so we know it's sort of a French colony or something like that. Côte Française de Somalis. So it's the French Somalilands. I think you've got a dhow or some sort of ship there. 20 francs. What's the date on this? We've got the French, is it Madeleine? The Republic, France there. I can't see if I can get the date very clearly. Let me have a look. Another look, bit closer. 1952, Republic, France, Union, France. So the French colonies are still quite, or even then were quite close to the mother country. I think French Guiana is still part of France or something like that, and is part of the EU. So that was French Somalia on the north east coast of Africa, up by Ethiopia. Got another French colony one. French Polynesia. It's a nice coin with a tropical, 1 franc. Looks like a tropical paradise. Not many people from Britain go to French colonies. You know, they don't go to Polynesia and places like that, but I think the French do. And the Republic Française on that side, 1987, so quite a recent one. And again, I think that's a sort of a picture of liberty, seated. Yeah, there's that Tahiti, that are very beautiful. British don't tend to go there. Well, what's this one? So we've got the Elizabethan era, 1 crown, and you've got a picture of Elizabeth I, Queen of England. little castle or something in the background. Let's have a look, see where this has been produced. Elizabeth II, Gibraltar, 2008. So Gibraltar is that small area off the end of Spain, between Spain and the sea, and then you've got Africa on the other side. Gibraltar held by the British since, I believe, the Napoleonic Wars, when it was strategically an asset. Nowadays, they have referendums in Gibraltar, and it seems that the plebiscites say that they want to stay under British rule and not under Spanish rule. But as you can expect, Spain wants them back as part of Spain. And yet Spain has got territories in North Africa that really should be part of Tunisia, I think they are, or Algeria. And they don't think they're going to give those up and say, you know, they're part of Tunisia or whatever. They still keep them. So they've got two sort of areas in the north of Africa. This one is an Indian one, Hyderabad. Now, it was still part of the British Empire, but these priestlings, they produce their own coinage. So this is Hyderabad, 1 rupee, so it's silver, and it's in the Arabic script. So it's much more Arabic and Persian dominated in the north of India, and much more Hindu in the south of India, more influenced by the Mughals in the north than in the south. So 1 rupee, quite a thick coin, and it's silver coin. So this one was, between 1868 and 1911. So they were produced, I don't think they had dates on, they just produced them, so it's difficult to give them a date. So this one is another Indian one, another Indian rupee. Very similar to the other one with the same sort of script. And now I'm going to say this, but I'm not sure if it's right. Shanjanabad. And it's between 1713 and 1719. So it's an 18th century, early 18th century rupee again. So these sort of signs were the rupees. Again, they were made in the provinces. Now this is probably pre-British conquest. They got them. And again, they're quite thick, because they've got some sort of marking there. That probably gives you the date. Another Indian one. This was a tiny little thing. It's Travancore. How small that is. And it's just called cash. It's about 1848 to 1860. Tiny little thing. Not sure how much that would buy you. Then you've got a sort of Star of David on that side. Strange, because that sort of Star of David was used by Israel, and also I think it's Morocco that have coins with this star on as well on some of them. It's a very tiny little thing. So it looks like it's a copper coin. Next one, Liberia, a bit more recent. $0.50, 1968. Down here you've got a head of looks like a warrior or a king. In Republic of Liberia. Liberia was set up by America, I believe, after the Civil War, and it was talked about that the slaves, the African slaves, would then be repatriated back to Africa as part of this place called Liberia. Now, a few did go back, I believe, but a vast majority stayed in America and didn't want to go back to this place. So it was 1968. So this is the thing about coins. They do make you look at the language. You can see what language they speak, in French or English or their own language. And also it gives you a bit of history, and you can look at quite a lot about what happened to their country, how it was formed, its history. So there's lots to do when you just get a coin. This one is Naples, Sicily. I think it's at 5 lira. You can see it says Ferdinand II del Gracio King, so he's king, 1836. So in British terms, that would be just the last year of William IV before it became Victoria. And up until, I think it was 1870, Italy was still split into these various little kingdoms and republics before the eventual reuniting as one part of Italy, which they come under then Sardinia, which sort of expanded really. And there you got 120, I think they're like Granados or something like that. But if you know, you can let me know. And that's the coat of arms. I think I've got fleur-de-lis, so some sort of French connection, I think. And I think there is some sort of Spanish bit in there as well, because I think they were part of the Habsburgish part. Right, this one is let's go to the Malaysia. What is this? Now it says, oh, it's Portuguese Malacca. So before the British took over Malaya, parts of it were part of the Portuguese Empire. And this is from about 1550 to 1557. A tin, it's made out of tin denario. They got a cross on there, so it's taking over Malacca and Malaya, Portuguese Malaya, with some sort of just a basic design on that side. So it's a time of the taking over by Europeans of parts of Asia. So that's Malaya, Portuguese. Next one we got is Netherlands, 1848. Netherlands, 1848. William II, King of Netherlands. Not sure what the other bit stands for, but he's got quite a beard there. It seems to be a beard that went round the bottom of the neck and around the chin, but not on the lip. They had that style at that date. Here we have, just about to see, it says 1848, and again half a guilder in silver. You've got the arms of the Netherlands, a rampant lion with a sword. So in British terms, it would be the early Victorian period. Here we've got, again, another one, Netherlands, but this one is from Batavia, which is now part of Indonesia. 1808, so a period of the Napoleonic Wars. Netherlands, India, Batavia. Then again, you've got the coat of the Netherlands, 5 1/16. Quite a good coin. Now this one is quite a big one. It's a big silver coin, Lima, so it is Peru. 1804, so it's part of the Spanish Empire in those days. And these were, Spain got a lot of their, there's a lot of silver that came out of Peru and that area, and Mexico. And these were shipped across, even in the early 16th, 17th century, they were transported across to Europe. And this is where you got people like Francis Drake attacking these ships and plundering them of their pieces of 8. Because this is 8 reals. And they got the Hispanics on there. And then you got right up here 8R, 8 reals. So a lot of silver was produced and transported, which caused a lot of inflation in Spain and destroyed the country, really. So it was this mass of silver coming over. It destroyed the economy. So this is Carlos IV, Charles IV in English, I suppose. 1804, again, it's part of the period of the Napoleonic Wars. And these period, they tended to put their kings in a Romanesque style with these laurel leaves in their hair and a bow at the back, making them look like they're Roman emperors. And lastly today we've got peso, 1908, 1 peso, and then it's Filipinas. So it's the Philippines in Asia. Now at this period, early on, up to the late 19th century, it had been under Spanish occupation. And then after the Spanish-American War, America took it over up until, I believe, the Second World War. So it was like an American colony. And there you got the arms of the American, 1908, and you got United States of America. So it says United States of America, so they've sort of taken it over as a colony. The eagle and the shield. And during their occupation there was lots of rebels, a lot of Filipinos tried to get independence, and there's lots of fighting. And eventually, I think after the Second World War, I think it was McCarthy was the first one to liberate Philippines, and after the war they were given independence. So they were under Spanish rule for something like 500 years, and then they were under American rule, and eventually they got their independence. I hope you enjoyed that look through these interesting coins, a mishmash from different eras and different countries, different areas, different histories. If you like this, please do give it a thumbs up. That does help me. Subscribe if you haven't. And look at my other videos, because the other videos are on various subjects, coins, stamps, objects from the past, and they don't age, so it's no problem seeing things that are a year old or 2 years old, because they don't age. They are just about objects, and so they got no expiration date linked to them. Okay, thank you very much. I hope I see you soon. Thanks. Bye.